Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Desmonds
Donders.
I don't know if you're going to hear this voiceover, but we've had to move to Portgordon. The reason why will follow. But first of all, a look round at this morning's windy view. It's not as windy as it has been down south, and it's certainly not as windy as we've seen it here, where with the tide coming in like it is now, the breakers have been crossing the wall. Lindsay's gone for a walk. I'm going to put the kettle on, and I hope you enjoy this next bit, and Lindsay will tell you why we've moved from Findlater to Portgordon.
Hi. Some of you may have read this on Facebook and Twitter, but others may not. Yesterday, when we were sitting in Findlater car park, there was a car turned up and a young couple came out, and the young lassie was wearing white trainers, and I said to David, oh, this is going to be fun, because the paths were absolutely clarted with mud and my shoes still are. And I was down there yesterday. So I forgot about them until they came back, and then sure enough her shoes had gone from a pristine white to almost black with a muck. So he opened her door and I thought, oh, gentleman. No. He made her sit with the legs out the car and he cleaned her shoes. And then he came round to his side of the car and he cleaned his shoes. And then promptly dropped all the wet wipes on the road, on the path beside him, and then he shut his door. I'm afraid I saw red. I couldn't take a picture of his registration number in the car because the window was steaming up in Desmonds. So I went outside and I went across and I tapped on his window and he completely ignored me. And I explained to him through the window that he dropped his litter and there was a bin across the other side of the car park and he should use that. He just smirked at me and the engine was running, so I thought, okay, walk away. I had the camera with me, so I took a picture of his registration number of his car and with the litter outside the car. That got his notice, so he opened his window and said, what are you taking a picture of my car for? I said, well, basically you're breaking the law. You've dropped litter, it's against the law, and if you're not going to pick it up, I'm going to report you to the police. And he was just shouting, and I ended up shouting because I was so angry. And I thought, okay. But eventually I just came back into the van, and he opened his door, jumped out the car, picked up his litter, got back in his car and drove off, tooting his horn as if he, that was his last comment on the matter. And then when I calmed down, I didn't feel safe because I was worried in case they came back with friends. So unfortunately, we had to move, basically because of me trying to do the right thing and make somebody pick up litter, and then feeling bad afterwards for having to make David move the van because I wasn't happy and I didn't feel safe. So to the idiots in the car, thanks for picking up the rubbish, but if you hadn't dropped it in the first place, we'd still be at Findlater and you wouldn't have got pissed off by an old woman telling you what to do. So I know that we go on about people's rubbish, and somebody once suggested to me, a very dear friend, that if I saw somebody dropping rubbish, if I was quick enough, I could actually pick it up and throw it back in the car if the window was open. The windows weren't open, so I couldn't, and I'm still annoyed because I'm annoyed at myself because I got involved. But if I hadn't, I'd be condoning their behaviour, and I'll never do that because I'll never drop litter. We'll always pick up people's litter, but I'm damned if I'm going to stand there and watch somebody do it and then let them drive off without saying something. So, rant over.
Thank you for watching Desmonds Donders. And remember, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, and hopefully we'll see you next time.